Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So, something I have not done in ages is a bloom. So I'm going to do a bloom, but instead of using a hairdryer, I'm going to use a swipe. I'm going to swipe the cell activator over the top. So, I have got just house paint. So this is just one of those colours you get from a hardware store where the incorrect colour was made. I usually just go have a look to see what they've got, and I've got this kind of light purple. That will be my base, and I'm doing it on a hexagon canvas, which is, how wide is that? 6 inch. Is that all? I don't know if that's correct or not. It actually looks like it's bigger than that. So, well, it's a hexagon canvas. Pardon me. So I got the base coat, and I have mixed up mica colours. So where are they? I have these artisue ones. I got these a little while ago. I've only used them a few times, so really cool colours. So at the moment I've got I've mixed up a few extra colours, but I'm going to use electric blue. What are the other ones called? Royal gold and amethyst, and I think it's turquoise, is it? Yeah, and turquoise. So they're the 4 colours I'm going to use this time. I've mixed up other colours, but I'm just going to use these ones with this light purple base. And I think I'm going to use a black cell activator. The only thing is, I didn't have any Amsterdam paints left, so I've ended up using sonja carbon black. So I hope I get the... I will get lacing, just whether it's going to be as good as whether I use the Amsterdam or the sonjas. But it still does give lacing. Well, it has given me lacing in the past. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pour this into the canvas, which is going to make a mess. I know it. It's hard to always know how much I'm going to need. Okay. It's probably a little bit too much paint, but sometimes you're better off to have a little bit too much than not enough. I think that's often a mistake that sometimes people make, but I am going to put my lid on this so it doesn't dry out. Okay, and it doesn't, does it have a colour name? No, it doesn't. No, I can't actually see a name written on it, so I'm just going to make that paint go a little bit closer to the edges. I'm going to just roll it around a little bit. There we go. And bring it back to the center. Not ready for it to go quite over the edges yet. I am going to give it a torch because I can see some bubbles. Always best to kind of be a little bit methodical with how you do this. Okay, there's still a couple of bubbles in there. Might be able to pop them with my tweezers. Just some of these bigger ones I can see. It's always the way, when you start popping, you start seeing more. Okay. Now, from here, I'm just going to start layering some of these colours. I'm going to scoop it and drizzle it. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. I prefer to scoop and drizzle because then I don't actually mess my containers up so much. So I'm going to overlap it a little bit, but then I'm also going to put this a little bit higher up on the canvas. So they're not exactly layered, but they're not all on top of each other either. A little bit more for the gold, I think. Okay. So these micas are mixed with the pouring medium, which I'll probably just put in the description box because it's a little bit in depth to talk about right now. I'll probably do a video on that later, but at least if I put it in the description box, because everyone seems to have one that's probably their own or slightly similar. I will admit it has changed from when I used paints to using the mica. Okay, so that's it, just the 4 colours. I'm not going to go too overboard. Now we are going to use this. So this is sonja, 1 part paint, 3 parts Australian floetrol. And again, I am just going to put this in a line across the bottom. It is starting to sink, so I need to probably work a little bit quicker. Okay, now I'm going to start swiping straight away. I'm just going to go in a pattern. Didn't get a paper towel ready, did I? So always clean the knife off completely. Now I can't go the other way. That's one of my issues. Probably got a very big palette knife here for this size canvas. I think I took a bit of the paint off. These are always just fun, even if you feel like it's not perfect. The best thing about these is you can always just go over it again if you feel that you've done something not 100%. No, I'm not going to fiddle with that anymore. I'm going to tilt, but I'm going to put gloves on first because this is going to be messy. So I've got a spinner, but I think I'd rather just tilt this instead of actually spinning it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come backwards. I'm going to tilt it off this way first. And slowly. I'm more just letting the paint just do its thing. I'm going to go on that angle so I can get this corner, because it is a hexagon. I do need to get the paint over it. Okay, it's just touching. Okay, going back up. Now I'm going to go sideways. Over the corner, and then I'm going to roll it to go up. Over that side. Now I'm just stretching it out this way to go over this side and bringing it down at the same time. Probably circular canvas would be a little bit more simpler, a little bit more easier. Alright, over that edge. And now bringing it back down and stretching it out this way. To get that last corner. Now I'm just going to put a bit of paint on that corner, because let me just double check. On the very bottom of some of these hexagon corners, there's just a little bit of paint missing. And you want it to be relatively thick when you do actually get it on those corners, not too thin. Sorry if my head's in the way. Okay, now I'm going to stretch it back this way. See if I can get those cells to grow. I can see the shimmer in it already and I love it. So I've mostly only done blooms with normal colours, normal paints, not with the micas. So this was a bit of fun. And you can alter the picture to how you like, just by tilting it. You can, I know a lot of people do what they call wrecking. I'm not ready to do wrecking just yet. I think I gotta happy to get my tilting a little bit more perfected. Okay. I'm not going to stretch that anymore because I'm going to kind of overdo it. Or do I want to go a little bit more up? There's nice streaks and shimmers up in that bit I'm tipping off, but if I can get some more of that lacing closer and then bring it back, then that should stretch them out a little bit. So I'm just trying to control stretch this. Just getting a bit more of that solid black off down the bottom. Okay. Sometimes it's hard to know whether you should stop or keep going, but I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to run my finger under the edges and get this paint that's dripping off. I'll do this again with a palette knife after. Just get the excess while I got my gloves on. Pardon me. Okay. Now using the house paint as a base is really, it's a lot more stickier and messier than using just your basic acrylic paints. So keep that in mind. No, pardon me. So what happens, I don't talk for hours because I'm just sitting here mixing paints and all that. And then suddenly I go to talk and my throat's not used to it. So this is quite interesting. So it's hard. I'm still learning how to do the pattern that I want to do. You learn how to tilt with practice, and I'm a little bit out of practice. But I'm still quite happy with it, and I know it's going to have beautiful shimmer through it. I just got to get rid of some of these last bubbles. I probably should have done that before I started swiping and tilting. But there we go, a swiped bloom. I do have some negative space, but it's not over the top. There is definitely lacing there. I do wonder if because where I am, I can't actually get Amsterdam paints without ordering in. So it's not like I can just go, I'm going to do this today and order Amsterdam paints and then get them. I have to actually plan ahead. So that's something I'll have to do. I do have some around. I put them away somewhere safe, and I put them somewhere too safe, so I can't actually find where I put them now. So I'm going to come through and give you a close-up of this, because it's not going to be too easy to show the shimmer, but I'll do my best that I can. So just pausing. Okay, so this is how it looks. It probably looks a little bit plain at the moment. See if I can get the right angle to get the shimmer. That light is going to get in the way. Let me pause it and I'll get a torch and see if I can get the shimmer better that way. Okay, we're back. So this is not very scientific. This is just me grabbing a torch. It's not really gonna allow me to show you properly. That's a little bit there. See how you can see that shimmer coming across right above where I shine the torch? It is going to have beautiful colouring in it. It's really hard to often capture this on camera. Trying to get the right angle. And I'm probably not using the best torch either. And there's some, you can see it sparkle as I bring it across. That's mostly in the gold. But all of them shimmer. I'm going to put this down because I can't do it all at once. But there's the lacing. So where I've stretched it, it's kind of the little ends of the tail where I did the swipe. And all of this up here is still sparkly. You can see it a little bit in the camera. Coming down. That gold, and I think that would be the gold and the blue. I think the turquoise is more down this end here. But yeah. This will be nice once it's dried and actually had a chance to sparkle. So, still going to do a little bit more with my composition, and I'm also going to get my little miniature blower out and try a few that are blown instead of swiped. But I'm quite pleased with this, and really looking forward to it once it is actually dry. And I don't actually have many hexagon canvases. artworks. So I'm hoping this is going to be quite cool in the long run. Is turning off any of these lights going to make it better or worse? I don't really think that helped either way. No, it's not exactly helping either way. Alright, I'll make sure that I show this once it has dried, and you can actually see the sparkle much more. But let me know what you think. So comment, like, share and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to do a few more of these. I just have to get my little miniature blower out and I can do some blowing ones. And I've got different coloured base paint, so and different coloured powders. So there you can kind of see them. When I mix them up, I use what's on the mixing stick to kind of do a little test sheet to kind of show me what they're going to turn out like. That's not focusing. Now I've got a couple more colours. Yeah, I'm not getting the right angle. But so here we got a nice little like a blue base, and I've got a darker green base over here, and I've got a grey base. I've got quite a few different colours, so that should be fun to see. And yeah, so I hope you guys like it and let me know what you think. So I'll see you soon for another pour. Okay, bye.